Welcome to the eSports Report. On today's episode, we have the results from the OGN Finals. We find out who took first in the Game On StarCraft Invitational. And we check out what went down at Kumite in Tennessee.
One's beat on, I think. Beat on, still there.
What? Stream! Dude, he shot 2 bullets! Oh, that's going on YouTube.
All right, guys, that name was shooting polls instead of players. Welcome to the eSports Report, everybody. I'm Chris Puckett, and joining me, as always, is Desi Sanchez.
Hello, thanks, Chris. This week's MLG 2K series belonged to the fellows at Curse, with all 3 of their rosters making it to the top 8. Complexity's 4-peat hopes were shut down in round 3 as Revan and Curse New York pulled off the upset and rode their momentum to the finals.
Optic's reacquisition of Scumpy following the most recent team shuffle proved effective. The squad found themselves in the semifinals, where they also lost to Curse New York.
Fearless Under Fire, better known as Team Batty, surprised their way through the bracket, taking down Justice and Caliber before falling to Curse Las Vegas in the semifinals. In the end, the finals were a battle between Curse New York and Curse Las Vegas, with Las Vegas coming out on top in a very close 3-2 set.
All right, guys, here's a look at the top 4 teams following the 2K.
Also, the MLG Call of Duty Winter Invitational is continuing in full force. Curse Las Vegas continues to lead in the standings. The round-robin stage of the Invitational is set to end Tuesday before advancing the top 4 teams to the single elimination bracket. Bracket play will begin on Wednesday, February 5th, right here on MLG.TV. All right, Puckett, which 4 teams do you think will be competing for the $5,000?
You know, there's still a lot of games to be played, but I think the only team that we know for sure that is locked in is going to be Curse Las Vegas. I know the fans, they want to see Optic and Envy in there, but I'm leaning a little bit closer towards teams like Curse New York. They're looking very strong recently, and could potentially see Strictly Business sneak in there. But ideally, I think we're going to see Curse Las Vegas, Optic, Envy, and either SB or Curse New York.
That's exciting. I think you're right there.
All right, now, guys, after losing the majority of their roster during the team shuffles, Rambo left the coaching position and moved back onto the starting lineup for Envious. We caught up with him at the recent UMG Philly event a few weeks ago to find out about his competitive history.
Creeping around. He's going to go for the slide, and he gets it! What a cap there from Rambo!
My first name is Raymond Lucier, and my gamer tag is Rambo Ray. So I started playing video games at a very young age. My grandma actually got me into it. She played Mario on the NES, and she actually gave me her console, and she got a new one for herself. I started playing like these sports games and such. I didn't start playing shooters until I got a PS2. I got a game called Black Hawk Down and started playing that, and that's actually where I first started playing against Will, a big timer. Then I started playing Xbox, and COD 4 is my first COD game, and MLG competitively in 2009. I attended a lot of at least 20, 25 events. I've been pretty much all over the world, so the experience has been insane. I really hope, I don't want it to end, to be honest, so I just want to keep it going as long as possible. As long as I feel like I enjoy doing what I do and I can compete at the highest level, then I'm going to keep doing it. So Black Ops 2 kind of blew up our scene, me being one of the, I guess you can say, one of the early players to actually come out of the scene and actually be still here. It meant a lot for the community in general. It was a lot more about passion and just kind of like playing it for fun. It was more of a pastime, and it actually turned into a daytime job for a lot of people. So it growing only helps everyone. I'm just glad to be a part of it and help as much as I can, obviously. And last year was insane. I just hope it keeps growing. And as long as we have the support from the devs, we're just going to keep growing. So it's really good to look forward to. So some tips to be a pro gamer is don't want to be a pro gamer, even though that's probably the weirdest tip possible. The first thing I learned as far as like being a pro gamer, it just kind of happened. It was almost destiny it's kind of weird to say, but I got sick for about a year and a half and I couldn't really work. I had a degree in computer tech and I had to like stop working. So it came to the point where I just played video games all day and I ended up being really good at it.
He's going to have it's going to be 2-0. Oh my goodness, Benson, he did it again.
It's kind of like pro sports. It's very comparable for an athlete, like a hockey player, NHL player, NFL. I'm Canadian, so I'll talk hockey. But it really is to the point where like you can't wake up one day and be like, I want to be a pro athlete. Of course, it's possible to like aspire it, but actually just you got to like work hard at it and try and do it on your free time. But don't make it like your plan A. Really, it's just about understanding that having a degree and schooling and such is really important as well. When I first started playing, there wasn't really rules or law that were forced, so it was kind of a big ups. Let's say for a player like myself, because I'm French Canadian, I'm from Quebec, and we have laws and such that don't allow, it's kind of like the gambling laws. They have those in like was it Arizona, Connecticut. They have those in the States as well. And so it's really the part of Canada I lived in that didn't allow me to compete in certain tournaments online. So obviously me moving to Ottawa kind of like being in that house, an MDS house. It really wasn't much of a difference. It's just about not being in that part of Canada. It's a struggle, but if you really want to do it, then you need to find a way around it. And obviously moving is probably the only thing you can do. So it's a lot harder for players like myself, but I was kind of lucky from when I started, I guess.
Will someone just keep tabs on where he is going? I mean, he hasn't even killed anyone.
He's an enigma. He's an enigma.
Now moving on to the COD Champs qualifiers. The second online preliminary qualifier for the UK, Ireland, France, and Germany regions for the upcoming Call of Duty World Championships took place over the weekend. With most of the top teams securing their spots last week, a few surprise teams came out of the woodworks to compete in the softer bracket.
TYT decided to put the skills from their YouTube channels to the test in competition and took down Defiance eSports to secure their qualification. Rise of the Avengers dominated their run through the German qualifier, forcing their opponents to sacrifice themselves for captures on domination.
Accuracy shotgunned their way through Blitz on Freight to close out the series against NS and move on to the next stage of the French qualifier.
I've not really considered on this type of map when it's such close quarters around the actual capture zones. A shotgun's really useful. You can pretty much just sit on it and one shot kill everyone.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to go in there, pick up the kill. And
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's very, very good. I mean, the Bulldog has been used a couple of times this weekend. Personally, I haven't seen it. Oh, you see, that's another great kill. I haven't seen it used so much in the UK scene.
Here are the teams that made it through the second UK preliminary qualifier. You can catch them next week in the UK League broadcasted by Gfinity right here on MLG.tv.
All right, congrats to all those UK teams. And here are a list of the teams that made it through the second French and German preliminary qualifiers.
So, Puckett, I understand the first online U.S. preliminary qualifier is happening this weekend. What can you tell us about it?
That's right. It's time for the U.S. Europe, they got an early start last week, but now it's time for the North Americans to show what they have on Saturday. We will be broadcasting the U.S. preliminary qualifier 1. It's the first of 2. 8 teams from this Saturday and next Saturday will advance to the regional finals for the U.S. But guys, it's very important that you make sure that you have a team that you want to play with from not only qualifier 1, but potentially qualifier 2, all the way to the COD Champs. There's no roster changes once you sign up and compete for the first time. So
keep that consistent.
Over 1,000 teams signed up. Best of luck to all of you. I can't wait to cast those matches on Saturday.
So exciting. All right, now it is time for the top 5 plays of the week. Puckett, please kick it off.
All right, here we go, baby. It is time for the top 5. And we have the top 5 plays of the week, the best moments in esports from around the world.
Coming in at number 5, Edward Support Cannon takes out Riven.
From Alex, he's done that consistently throughout the game as Edward going to get caught out here by Candy Panda. He actually turns the damage around him. This is a support against the AD carry. Edward going low, he's going to fall. No, he actually got the kill before falling from that one. That was Edward's killing spree that Candy Panda just shut down.
On now to number 4, it's Jolly getting the ace. Coming in at number 3, Curse Gaming pushes Coast off the Baron and gets a game-changing 3 kills.
Six gets everyone in the stun!
That's a lot of damage. Zion Spartan gets taken down. That's going to be, no, he lives. How is he still alive? Kills coming out everywhere. Zintendude is not able to get that Baron. Dominate comes in big time on that. Deja Vu with a smite steal.
My God, was that not the right call? Oh, God.
On now to number 2, Lowell comes in the clutch in a 1v4.
Zinio and Vertigo and Lowell for the third hat-trick kill to Windansky. One-on-one here. And he will get a 4-man. Beautiful play from Lowell.
And finally, the number 1 play this week comes from Scarlet when she transfuses her Nidus Tunnel to get the victory over Minigun.
No!
Oh,
he does get it. He's gonna kill it. Is Scarlet gonna get anything?
What
if she sends the Queens to first?
Oh, Queen transfuses! Amazing transfuses by Scarlet.
No chance! Great play by Scarlet, and that 2 Void Rays going down. QQ heat types.
It's over. You can't win. There's no way the track can defend. No, there's.
All right, now, Desi, I got a chance to do the top 5, so I think it's your turn to do the PlanetSide 2 play of the week.
All right, well, fuck it. This week's play comes from new conglomerate player Fried Jam. He and his friends are pretty good at galaxy battles, so check out some of these epic shots.
Damn, you let him do 2% damage?
I'm sorry, man. I don't know what's going on.
You're just not cutting it, okay?
I'm sorry.
Cut. No longer an MLG.
Enemy ATV nearby. Can we get that ATV, please?
Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
Poor guy.
And Mossy, Lib, smoking real bad.
What Lib?
What Mossy? Oh, there's another one.
What other one? Oh!
that last one.
Oh, what are you talking about? What air? What air do they have over there right now?
I just don't know what you did.
There's no air over there at all.
Jesus Christ.
Nice shots there in PlanetSide 2. Guys, before we head to commercial break, check out this trailer for the new Onslaught DLC pack. There are 4 new multiplayer maps for Call of Duty Ghost, and we want to know, do you think any of them have a competitive future? Leave a note in the comments or the chat right now.
So we're really excited to start this new DLC season. I think this first pack is going to be amazing. What we've done is create 4 small to medium maps that have a very classic Call of Duty playstyle. I'm really looking forward to the weapon DLC because it's not just a single weapon, it's actually 2 weapons based on the same receiver and stock. And we've got a great new Extinction experience coming that I think fans are going to really love.
With DLC, we really like to have fun, and that really shows in our first map, Fog. Fog is a dark, gloomy, intense map straight from a horror film. It's broken up into 3 different areas. We have like a tall grass area. We have even like cabins in the woods. If you really want to dominate, you can hold down the barn, get up in the upper window, and you can actually look out both sides and pick people off. If you complete a field order, you actually get to become Michael Myers. Very iconic horror film persona. You don the mask, you have the axe, the soundscape changes, everyone knows you're coming, and you're just tearing them up. Bayview is a mid-sized map, this kind of like quaint, peaceful boardwalk town. You can see these naval destroyers. And if you complete a field order, you can call in an artillery strike that decimates your enemy. Bayview's a great map, and it supports all playstyles. You have the high sniper points on each corner that can fire across to each other. You have your run and gun section throwing sentry guns on the trolleys. So you'll be sitting there waiting for the enemies, and all of a sudden you're just getting wrecked by this sentry gun. Containment's a map down in Mexico that develops these long-range kind of battles. So we have this riverbed, which divides it, and a bridge going over top, and you actually engage across the river with snipers or ARs. But if you're a fast-paced run and gunner, you can actually hop down into the riverbed and flank, and there's multiple ins and outs. In containment, there's a radioactive missile. If you complete a field order, you can actually call in a mortar strike that detonates the missile and just destroys anyone in the area. So Ignition is a remake of Scrapyard from MW2. We wanted to bring back this fan favorite. It's a Florida-based US launch facility, so it's tied in with the single player. Ignition is kind of like a smallish to mid-sized map. It plays really tight. So if you complete the field order, you get to activate this test engine in the map that ignites and will burn any enemies that are in the area. So in DLC 1, we also have a brand new weapon. It's essentially 2 guns. It's a highly accurate, very dependable rifle. It comes with a sniper kit, and it has a really cool, teched out sniper scope. So depending on your playstyle, we've got you covered there as well.
We're starting this great new campaign with Extinction. Not only is it a whole new map, but it's the beginning of a whole story.
Source of the outbreak located.
So Extinction DLC
including the map Point of Contact that's on the disc, is a 5-part mini-series that tells you why these aliens are here, so you'll have a better understanding of the cryptids and their backstory. Please hurry. Well, in DLC 1, we pick up where it left off after Point of Contact. The Nightfall map's a snow base up in Alaska. It's over-the-top, bombastic action. One of the new weapons you'll find is derived from scorpions that you've encountered in the game. We've got a new alien type called the Phantom, and he's pretty difficult to fight because he likes to jump a lot. As he's jumping, he becomes invisible. We also have a new cryptid called the Breeder, largest boss creature we've ever done.
One of the things I think is great about Call of Duty as a franchise is really strong at supporting the community with content post-launch. This year's no different. We've got a great season of content coming. All of this will be coming January 28th.
When we come back, we have the results from the World of Tanks Pro League Finals. We have all the highlights from the second week of LCS. And we go over the recent StarCraft 2 results from the Game On GG Invitation.
What? I don't know what that's what's game.
Alienate.
Uh-oh.
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 Oh!
Damn!
Damn!
Damn! I could be wrong, but I think QXC might be mad as actually succeeded in tilting a winning opponent. How often does that happen in tournament play?
Not very often.
We can't all be graceful like him.
Oh. Well, I don't think that was a shot.
Is there like history between these guys?
Guys, welcome back. Puckett, looks like a little drama in StarCraft.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what was going on there, but QXC didn't seem too happy with Desro. Minigun is the only real Protoss.
Oh, well, keeping things on StarCraft, but sans the drama, MLG's Game On Invitational came to a close last weekend. The North American Invite Tournament featured a field of 16 players, which was narrowed down over the course of a week. Two of the favorites heading in, Scarlet and Major, faced off in the finals. Scarlet looked to continue on with the momentum of her hot finish to 2013 and did just that, taking a convincing 4-0 win over her Terran foe.
Major
Juanito, run!
trying to run.
A great split towards the end there on that
Yeah,
part of the army. T-Scar was all DSVs at his third.
Unfortunately for Juanito, Scarlet crippling damage at the third.
Yeah.
Juan not able to muster a response to these Muta. Too many Mutas and Link sitting over here. No economy online for Juan. And wow.
Scarlet and Major take the first and second spots. Minigun and Kane each earn $500 for their third, fourth place finishes.
Over in Europe, DreamHack kicked off their 2014 season with an entertaining show match between two fan-favorite Terrans. EG's Thorzane and Liquid's Tasia went head-to-head for a shot at the $4,000 first-place prize. Tasia jumped out to a 2-0 lead in this series, but his Swedish opponent wouldn't go down without a fight. Thorzane battled back to force a deciding fifth game, but it was Tasia eventually winning it with some beautiful positioning.
Is Tasia going to win this?
Well, he's pushing forward here. There are a couple of tanks. He's lost all his Hellbats, though, with a buffering for this. A nice move from Tasia, cracking the ultimate defense, which Thorzane was meant to have throughout this game. There's still tanks supporting on the low ground, and Tasia has found a weakness. Even on the left-hand side of this map, he had a couple of units doing damage to the third as well. So a nice move from Tasia, even getting to the armory, and that's actually very important. And Thorzane tried to save it, but not in time. And Thorzane dropping drastically in supply, down at 86 here.
A big applause for the winner, Tasia.
The WCS Premier League is just around the corner, and the last few Challenger League matches are coming to a close. In North America, several of the fan favorites made it through to the Premier League, including Scarlet, Huck, and Minigun. The Chinese players didn't see nearly as much success as their North American and Korean counterparts. Top is the only Chinese player to qualify in the first three groups. Zigua and 2D Ming could still make it in today. Alicia and Alive, two Korean favorites from last year's Premier League, were able to earn their way back in as well.
Siege tanks are sieged up, and Koma's rolling forward as if he wants to try and fight it. I don't think this is going to work out. He's dipping down below 50 supply, and that's going to do it. Good game. Coma taps out and alive with a 3-0 victory.
In Europe, several of the region's best players breezed through the competition without missing a beat. Naniwa, Grubby, Happy, Bling, Wellmu, Showtime, and TLO all won their matches 3-0. The only Korean player in the first weekend of action, Daisy, fell 2-3 in a surprise upset to Bly. Here are the players from the North American region who competed in the Challenger League and qualified for Premier. And here are the 12 players who have advanced from the Challenger to Premier in Europe. The remaining Challenger level qualifiers will resume on Tuesday, February 4th.
Moving on from SC2, let's get into World of Tanks. While North America's finals are still a few weeks away, the European Wargaming League held its finals last weekend. Season 3's top 4 teams met in Poland for a shot at 50,000 euros. Dignitas and Virtus Pro were the 2 teams remaining on the final day of action. Virtus Pro jumped out to an early 2-0 lead in the series and had Dignitas on the ropes with a 3-1 lead heading into Game 5. But Dignitas would not go down easily and won 2 in a row, facing elimination to force a final Game 7. After an hour-long game on Abbey to start the series, the 2 teams replayed the map in Game 7, where Virtus Pro was able to take the win and the series 4-3.
Kusok doing what he can. He actually forced the shell out of him. Popple knows it's over. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Virtus Pro are your WGL EU champions 2 seasons in a row.
Dignitas walks away with 21K. Lemming Train and Denova win slightly less than that.
Kumite 14 took place outside of Nashville this weekend, and it featured the familiar faces of Justin Wong, PR Balrog, Chris G, and Mewtwo King. And in Street Fighter, Justin was pushed to the ropes by EMP's Dominion, but the Wong factor kicked in, and Justin went on to win.
All right, once again goes for that grab.
Every time Justin has gone for that dive kick in the corner.
Oh, he threw a big call out.
I like that read. Justin cannot jump too high because this will happen.
This is what's going to happen. It's a lot of damage.
No, that full screen as well.
That air grab in the corner, that was, oh no. Is this it? Is this tournament? That's it? Good games.
Justin
Wong.
All
right, Evil Genius is Justin Wong, so I take it over EMP's on Minion for Street Fighter 4.
Unfortunately, Justin must have left his broom at home because he failed to complete the sweep for Marvel, falling to his Evil Genius teammate PR Balrog and paving the way for a Chris G victory.
And Chris G is not a mix-up heavy player. He does just go for a lot of guaranteed block tricks, but he drops the combo there. And PR Balrog gets the Helmbreaker. Wow, this is ridiculous. Wow. This is looking very organized. He does jump S, which is very unsafe.
It's not even overhead. It's not even overhead.
And Chris G has the meter. And
oh, he's going to be it.
Oh, wow. He was able to block. This is looking really crazy here.
I thought Justin got the
oh my god, and then he punished the Stinger with his Stinger of his own. And Christopher Gonzalez takes yet another tournament.
Here's the full list of winners from the event.
When we return, it's time for a League of Legends. We have the results from the OGN Grand Finals. We go over the most recent LCS standings. And we have the results from the JCG Grand Final.
Essentially is going to get that backline safe. And
Korea's winter season of on-game nets champions culminated this weekend in the Grand Finals between SK Telecom T1K and Samsung Galaxy Ozone.
Regardless of the winner, the match was set up to have the first ever repeat winner of an OGN Champions tournament, as both squads had won an event in the past.
In Game 1, Faker opened up with Riven and scored first blood.
Early, he's a little off. That man, he's going ham. There's the Ignite Dane. Flashes Faker with the flash as well. First blood goes to Faker, and he gets out clean.
The game was all downhill for Ozone from there. SKT snowballed to a 20-minute victory.
Such a beefy front line, nobody can get through him, and now it's just clean up. Double kill for Faker, make it a triple kill, and that triple kill could seal the deal in game number 1.
Ozone didn't quite seem to mentally recover going into Game 2. A few miscues and uncoordinated engages led to repeated teamfight victories for SKT.
Dade forced out of the fight right away as Impact gets into the back lines. Impact doing such a good job of zoning this fight. Piglet backs away, flashes into that dragon pit, gets hit a little bit. Dade goes in for the kill. Can he finish off Piglet? Piglet with the barrier. It's a fight dragon pit and Piglet comes out on top. Here comes Requiem. Goodbye, Looper. There's the passive pop. Mata manages to live, but everybody else on Samsung Ozone is going to go down, and it's going to be another dragon for SK Telecom.
In Game 3, Ozone baited Faker into another Riven pick, but this time, Dade gained his revenge by scoring first blood with his Gragas.
RB3, Mandu in big trouble. There's first blood, and it goes to Dade.
After turning a dragon fight in their favor, SKT moved to Baron immediately, securing the buff and using the advantage to close out their perfect 18-0 winter season. Wow.
Games in the grand finals, they are going for it. Baron at about half health. Dandy is dead. Now he's alive, but he's never going to get there in time. Headbutt pulverize onto Imp, and can Samsung do anything? Gragas throws the first barrel in. He doesn't have his ultimate available, and that means no steal from Dade. They're going to turn. Faker finishes off Baron, and here's the chase coming in from SK Telecom. They're going to let Samsung Ozone go at the mid lane turret, though.
This was a heck of a season for SK Telecom T1K. Not only did they place first to earn a hefty $75,000, they did it without dropping a single game. Their star player Faker earned the MVP award for the season, and they're also the first team to be repeat OGN champions.
Congratulations to them. After an epic super week to start the new season of LCS play, the teams returned to the stage for the second week of action, looking to separate themselves from the pack. After a surprising win over Cloud9 in the Super Week, Dignitas wanted to prove in Week 2 that they belonged among the elite in the North American LCS. With a 3-0 performance that included some unconventional picks, Dignitas stands at 5-2 in third place heading into Week 3.
Fire, and it's not what they wanted.
Hey, we talked about the momentum that Dignitas might carry through from their previous win today against XDG, and we're just seeing the benefits of confidence for Dignitas right now.
Sitting in front of them in second is Cloud9 at 4-2. While we didn't get to see any Teemo from high in Week 2, they rolled over Curse to keep themselves near the top of the standings.
For himself, Boy gets turned on, very low damage there, and he can't spell vamp enough life back. It is going to be high going down, but they turn the fight back onto Cop, and they may just turn to Baron.
Sneaky got a kill in there too. Draven just shot through the roof. He's got a huge amount of gold. Oh, get in front!
Oh, this is going to be a very scary Baron. No, it's
no
just
way.
Kate up. Yeah, no.
And sitting in first place are crowd favorites from Team Solo Mid. TSM were solid all around in Week 2, taking wins over Coast and CLG. They now lead the North American LCS at 5-1.
Unfortunately, but they're going to keep going for the fight here. No, it's Turtle.
Great barrier.
Trying to get in. Oh, very nicely done. And they're going for Shifter still, taking him down on that as well. 3 have gone down. Nintendude found by Oddone as they go through Tri-Brush. He was a little late to the party, and Oddone was there to stop.
TSM predicted that gank just perfectly.
Take a look at the current standings. TSM and Dignitas move up from Week 1. Cloud9, CLG, and XDG all drop.
Across the pond, the Europeans weren't afraid to show off some unique picks as well. Rockcat unleashed Mordekaiser against Super Hot Crew with great success.
I mean, what more are you going to say? You know, DFG comes down, it amplifies the magic damage.
That was in slow-mo, by the way.
Yeah, that was in slow-mo. It amplifies the magic damage, and then when you follow it up with Hextech, Gunblade, and all the rest of the burst from Mordekaiser, he can do that to a number of champions.
That was a very, very good Aqua Prison that prevented that.
Gambit and SK's face-off featured a Jungle Zed and a top lane Tristana, but it was Edward support Kennen that stole the show with his duel with Candy Panda.
Throughout the game is Edward going to get caught out here by Candy Panda. He actually turns the damage around, and this is a support against the AD carry. Edward going low, he's going to fall. No, he actually got the kill before falling from that one. That was Edward's killing spree that Candy Panda just shut down.
The week ended with Millennium deciding it was their time for a victory. Their early lead made any comeback hopes for SK a futile chase.
Are all over them. Kevin will go down here. Don't think he's going to be able to get away. Shadow Dash will get finally closed out. It is actually
N-rated doing defensive duties at the back. They do save themselves, but good God, they are taking their time. The jukes from Kevin
They won't
seem
even
to
be able to
working.
kill him. There's no mana and
It's
Sven's
just Shadow Dashes away.
Wow.
Look at the regen coming out as well. Kevin, you made it a great escape.
At the end of week 2, Fnatic leads with a perfect 5-0 record. Rockcat and Gambit trail at 2nd and 3rd.
Over in Japan, the Japanese Competitive Gaming League reached its dramatic conclusion last weekend. The winners of 4 separate seasons earned their way to the playoff stage of the tournament, and it was Rascal Jester and Vec making it through the playoff bracket to the grand final. Rascal Jester's mid lane player Appamen took charge in the series with dominant performances on both Orianna and Gragas. Vec held on for nearly 50 minutes in the second game of the series, but couldn't take the win and fell 0-2.
But Appleman just blows him up. It's a double kill, but where is Fizz? He's coming right back from base. Has too much damage to deal with, does Playful Trickster. There's a nice spell shield. Look at that body slam on in there. Appleman looking for a nice barrel, gets the shutdown. And now with RKP popping that Banshees, or the Guardian Angel onto Astaroar. There's the body slam, a double kill. Can they end the game right here, Corey? It's an ace.
Rascal Jester walks away with 500,000 yen for their victory.
500,000 yen.
Which is roughly equivalent to $5 grand.
Not as impressed. Good stuff anyway, guys. Well, this is the end of our show. Make sure to check out these awesome tournaments going on in the upcoming week. First of all, MLG and Join Dota are happy to announce the TKO tournament. This event will feature the top European and American Dota 2 teams competing for $60,000. The event kicks off next Tuesday, February 4th.
Assembly Winter will have 5,000 euros up for grabs in Counter-Strike.
And of course, guys, don't forget plenty of Call of Duty Championship qualifiers to watch this weekend. We're kicking off the first U.S. preliminary qualifier right here on MLG.TV this Saturday. And you can watch the Australian and New Zealand regions being broadcast by ACL Pro Saturday and Sunday right here on MLG.TV.
So much to watch. Keep those eyes glued to the screen. From everyone here at MLG, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you back here next Thursday at 7 p.m. ET right here on MLG.TV.
Have a good one, everyone.